Let's get it. This would be a nice day to fish. So my friend out here leaving earlier. I said I'm not gonna bother him. Basically, let him do his thing. Right. That was a monster. My time. I had already determined I'm not going to be out here for no lengthy amount of time. I basically just wanted to come out and enjoy the day. Yeah, we still have them kind of rides. Just like singing. You don't always sing for other folks' attention, but you sing because you love it. And you don't sing for other people's benefit. Now it's nice to be able to be a blessing to other folks. See, you got to be able to enjoy what you're doing in order to inspire somebody else. See, folks can tell, and I was telling my wife that. I was like, baby, I look back at one of my recordings, and it's like my goddaughter had told me one time, she was like, R&B, why you always lean looking? Why you always looking lean? And I was like, I'm not. She's like, yes you are. I said, well baby, it's nothing against you. Trust me. And I'll work on it. And I'm wondering how that got broke. don't suspect nobody ran into it out here with a vehicle. Like I say, I don't suspect. However, all things are possible. Just gotta believe it. Oh yeah, they got some handles, huh? Made the layup too. Uh-oh. Yep, she made the layups. She did the jumper though. Yep, she blew it again. I think this time because she knew she had an audience. Because the last one went in and out, rimmed out, as we would call it. But that one was a total brick. Yeah, I recognize that young lady from last year. That ferocious dog, because he growled at me one time. She had to get on him. See, some of them folks, they would let the dog growl, and the first thing they would do is compliment him. Good boy, good boy. That he's doing what they're training him to do. And my understanding, get after us folks. And some might say no, that's not the case. I would be like, well, why would they be complimenting the dog? She out here training. I saw them out here last, I think 2 weeks ago. That's what they're doing. They out here again training the dogs. And it's funny that I mentioned that. While talking about them folks and training their dogs. So I had this one lady right around here, right around the lake, and it's in a prior recording. She was out here sitting. I don't even think she was fishing. I think she was just sitting on the side of the lake. And I rolled by. I think I was on my bike. And that dog jumped up at me and was growling. But it was hooked to the pole. Him and this other little dog. And I said, watch out there now. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Then by the time I got around, I say about 10, 15 feet away, I heard her saying, good boy, good job. And I said to myself, really? Hi, y'all. I'm gonna praise that dog for lashing out at me. Oh yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. And I was basically saying to myself, why would you apologize to me if it's doing what you want it to do? I said to myself, don't even apologize to me. But you better keep him on that leash. Because I make your dog have a bad day. Just like anything that attacks you, it's your duty to keep them up off you. See, I learned the key and the secret dealing with dogs. Yeah, she's thinking about it now. And that's to put your weight on it. They go to acting ugly and they get within your vicinity. Of course, you're going to try to grab them by the back of the neck and put their head under your armpit and just roll on. I know it sounds horrible. However, at the same time, that's what I had to do to my dog, Bailey. He was a huge German rock who thought he was the king in my domain. Now he had pretty much had his way when I first met him because I adopted him from my sister, who basically said I can no longer handle him. He's too much for me. And she asked me and my wife if we would take him. And I said, well, of course. I'll take him. And see, what I'm gonna do is train him to be very much so a good dog. And it took some training because Bailey snapped at me one time, but that was the same time. He snapped at me. Well, he snapped at me twice. We had, when we brought him home, he looked at me and knew I was trouble. I spoke to him, I said, hey buddy. At first he was pretty nice, I guess you would say. He spoke and basically said, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with you. I said, okay. You're about to learn today, buddy. So he basically smelt that man on me. He was like, uh-oh, I don't know who this is, but he means trouble. I guess he felt my dominance over him, and my stance was already one of having dominion over him. And I guess that goes to the saying that an animal can smell the fear on you. Like I say, he smelt the man on me. And he didn't want no part of it in the beginning. And like I was saying, on our way to Charlotte, my wife, my sister drove us back to Charlotte. and Bailey called himself getting in the front seat. I said, no, you don't. Ain't no way a dog can be sitting in the front seat. And me and my wife sitting in the back seat. I said, no. My sister was like, he's not gonna want to get in the back. I said, okay, that's what he wants. But see, he gotta learn today. Right now, he's gonna have to take the time and learn who he's dealing with. Let me put this bike up and we'll resume in the truck. Like I said, just a little light ride today to take care of the soreness from that ride yesterday after the long layoff. All praises to the Most High. And since I had such an early day today, I was able to get on out and get back in. I said, well, we're gonna come on out and get a ride in. And all praise to the Most High, that's what we did. We weren't promising a 10-mile ride to ourselves. Like I said, just a little something to get the soreness off me. So once I get home and get in that shower, in that tub, take a bath, the one I wanted to take yesterday, but I didn't get it. Most High willing, we'll get us a good hot bath today. Like my mother said, there's something else to get in that hot water. She was like, sometimes you can put some hot water on your hands in the wintertime and be like, oh boy, I got to get my whole body into that. And that felt so good to my hands, loosening them up. Oh, let's cut off this time we got. No, not much, but it was enough. See, the whole point is not trying to do nothing for other people's sake, but for your own sake. Like I said, I'm getting out here today just to enjoy the ride. Enjoy the day, the sunshine, breathe some air. Get my heart rate up just a little bit. And take it on to the house. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. We'll see. I'm not even gonna say now. I shall let old fella go. Even though I had the right of way, he was there at the stop sign before me. And it's always good to show a kind gesture to our family. Like it says in the text, to the household of faith. To the Jew first. Or the Hebrew first. And by doing that, you sister that love is alive in our community. And like I said, it's a simple gesture. He was quick to wave and nod in appreciation. Then it shows yourself that you can think about somebody else besides yourself. Because a lot of times, we are all we think about. All day, every day, just thinking about ourselves. Like Judah said, what can I get out of it? And see, that's the steps towards becoming a vessel of honor. Playing our role. By looking at ourselves or other folks better than we look at ourselves at times. And that is part of the faith walk. Because this world is built up on self. What's the word? What's the word? Well, the idea of taking care of oneself. Self first. Get out of that idea and start thinking about other people, then the Most High can say, okay, I can use you. So it's not easy to get out of that mentality. Like I said, it's a daily walk with the Ruach HaKodesh. And yielding, obeying. I forget the other word I said, but basically recognizing him, recognizing his voice, and then from there yielding and obeying. Oh, it's also important to stop and listen. It's so important to pause and listen to the Most High's voice. And I would say always, not only his voice. Because a lot of times you're not going to hear a voice. He's going to communicate with you. With you.